Tally-ho, good patrons, or whatever, however many are still watching these videos. Welcome to the finale of our La-Mulana commentary.
I'm back in that Chamber of Birth alternate entrance I found a little while back, because this is actually where we can finally connect to Chamber of Extinction.
Hooray!
I can sense the enthusiasm already, but yeah, we are approaching the final cusp of this game at last.
Yeah.
It's like, looking at the parts, it's not the longest game ever. Oh, geez, mid-boss.
It's not the longest game in the world. It's, in fact, honestly, I know for certain we've done longer. Back on our Slide 2 commentary, but just
among others.
This is honestly one of those games where I feel like after you can only stomach it for so long until it starts feeling a little it feels a little too familiar. If that makes any sense.
Well, for me, I guess, like, again, the big problem with me is that, like, I think the game is I still think the game is a really fun play, even if you know the answer to all the puzzles. But the fact that if you were playing this blind, trying to figure out all the puzzles, that's where, like, hey, you have to use the Magatama jewel because you can see the silhouette on the bottom.
Yeah, it's... Well,
like now.
I'm not sure if I would be... I'm hard-pressed to say this is like the Dead Rising problem, because that's kind of its own... That's kind of its own league in terms of how it handled its gameplay value.
Right.
But at the same time, it's very similar in that, starting off, it's going to be pretty slow and meticulous, and you're likely going to die a lot and get stumped a lot.
Well, that's why you, when you did our commentary, you were at like level 50 or something.
Oh yeah, that was pretty much me playing on New Game Plus on level 30 or whatever, and it really did help in the long run.
Oh, but it made, I feel like for a while it made it a fairly smooth trek.
Yeah, it did.
The
only part of it that really made me tense was when we had to take care of the bomb in the wait a minute.
We're back on the surface, and this music is the title music, and it plays now that we have destroyed the last Guardian. I think I tried to show this off in the last part but forgot. We suddenly cannot teleport to the Shrine of the Mother anymore.
Really?
Something is blocking our power, which means we have to hoof it the old-fashioned way through the endless corridor, but it's odd. Also, who likes Mega Man block puzzle rooms?
I don't!
It's not quite, it doesn't look the same, but it may as well just serve the exact purpose.
Well, yeah, I mean, hey, at the very least, the block is always visible, so you know where to jump when you have to jump.
Oh, and be careful of those spikes down there. Those spikes down there will hurt you no matter where you're standing, even if you're walking horizontally, so don't fall down there. You'll take a lot of damage.
Would you believe that Mega Man 11 only has one block section? It's literally near the end of the game.
Yeah, I know. That kind of surprised me. And it actually isn't really that hard either.
It's really not, especially by that point you're jacked up with all sorts of means to pass through without the blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, with all your powers up, but it's like nice. Seal opens up the shortcut, but it's like, yeah, we're back in the tower room, by the way. But it's like, I don't know. It's like, oh, that baby's dancing. Let's see, what am I doing? Okay, so Nuwa guards the Jed pillar, which I need to chant mantras. Without it, I'm kind of boned. What was I saying? But it's like, I don't know, it's like, I feel like the same with the Yellow Devil and everything. I feel like it was just like it's a Mega Man game.
Basically something to cross off the list. Which,
right.
Yeah. Honestly, again, I can't think of well, unlike Yellow Devil, that's like the only thing I can think of that's always been in a Mega Man game, save for maybe one exception that I can't think of off the top of my head.
Oh, by the way,
by the way, Jordy, we can swim in lava.
Oh,
yeah.
Don't worry.
I'm trying to remember, did the X series ever have disappearing blocks?
Only one time. Only one time.
I don't even think it was an X1. Where was it?
X5.
X5, okay.
It was...
Hey, Nuwa.
Oh, hi there.
Hello.
That's not reminiscent at all, but anyway, no. X5 had one disappearing reappearing block, and it was literally at the end of the game, right before you reach Sigma. Which, to be fair, the whole mantra behind X5 is that it was supposed to be the last game in the series, and it's the one that makes the most callbacks to its predecessor. So, hence the disappearing reappearing blocks and the Shadow Devil.
Do you think that game was trying to be the last? Do you think that game was trying to be the last Mega Man game?
Oh yeah, it was.
Well, the last X game.
6, 7, and 8 happened.
Last X game, but
then 6, 7, 8 happened, and we're just like, oh, those poor fools. Now that you have the Legacy Collection, we should probably do something.
At least one of those three post 5 games were good.
That one being
well, Well, now that you have the Legacy Collection, we should do something about those.
Oh yeah, no, like I think I may have said this in passing like a while back, but I did
You already
record,
recorded X2.
I did, and I do plan on re-recording X4 and starting on X5 somewhere down the road. We just gotta have Matt back.
Oh gosh, I took a lot of damage.
Which
Yes,
thing?
you did.
Yeah, I was about to say, we just need him back, and thankfully at the time of recording, that should be happening pretty soon.
Hooray!
Yep.
Nice. And we have the jet pillar. So now I can chant mantras, but wait. I don't know how to chant mantras yet, even though I have all the tools. So are we gonna learn about some ancient philosophy and like meditate up in the mountains? Are we gonna learn from the frickin' the
Screw that, we barely have the time.
Nah, who cares? We can modernize it. Screw it. Hey, check it out. It's freaking mantra.exe.
There you go.
So we can now chant mantras with software. Thank you, La-Mulana.
Activating mantra chant. Ooga
That's
chaka,
exactly what
ooga,
we're doing.
ooga.
I can't stop this feeling.
Now loading. Ooh ee ooh ah ah. Ting tang. Walla walla bing bang.
And that door that just appeared there.
Wait. I'll do you guys a better one. Now loading mantra. Azebanya.
That'd be
God.
Whoa.
Oh, what the hell?
Hello.
It's a seductress.
Oh, of course.
That's quite some sprite work suddenly.
Yes.
Are you gonna do anything else other than just blow kisses and pretend?
Well, what happens
think
when
that-
kisses hit you?
Yeah, they take
hello.
damage.
Oh,
Wow,
go figure. And they do
okay.
dance for you.
Okay,
But yeah,
so now we have to
but yeah,
chant mantras.
So yeah, someone in the development team was clearly.
A little bit.
Mhm.
Okay, so we're gonna chant some mantras, and I want Mirai.exe. Okay, so now with mantras, equip the mantra, which I want birth, and the jet pillar, and use it. Nice.
Sweet.
Now, I need to equip death because I want to use the death mantra on this chick. Sorry, no one cares.
Well,
Sorry, I'm taken.
And this chick. Okay, so now that I used birth, death, and death, and I believe you can reset this if you mess it up, but now with this combination, medicine of the mind,
Ooh.
we can now summon the Mother Spirit.
Yay!
But we can't keep her in one place because she's fidgety and had too much caffeine, so I need to use these mantras, like in
Marduk.
certain areas, which I'll explain how. So this is the first mantra I need, Marduk Wedge.
Oh.
That is the first of 8 wedges I need to drive into these ruins, and then we can seal her up. Oh, look, another store.
And the shop.
dude.
So let me see if I can explain the puzzle in the best way possible. So, first we need to get another mantra, and then I promise I'll explain what I'm doing and why, and I
Then
really
I'll
do want to
explain what
try
I'm
my
doing
best
with my
to-
life, aside from making chocolate pudding at 3 in the morning.
because I lost control of my life. Okay, there's another mantra tablet. Bahamut's feast is Sabbat. Okay. So
I would have loved it if that was Sagat instead of Sabat.
Ha! Alright, and then I think we gotta go over here and then chant the mantra in the big room on the right. So the way that this whole puzzle works is, you see, so those compass points. Okay, think of it like this. So we have to go to the backside of every place to chant the mantra,
Yeah.
and you need to look at the compass points. There's one in the upper left and one kind of on the right, those little blue diamonds. You look at that, and then you say, okay, going down and to the right, how far... Meanwhile, Hype is just Lameza right now.
Wait, what now?
You're sleeping. Anyway, you're snoring because, like, oh, it's this explanation.
Oh,
So,
I didn't know I was snoring. I'm sorry.
no, I'm joking.
When
So,
sleep is
so,
in
so
you.
here's... okay, I'll try and explain it like this while I'm talking and showing you where all the mantras are. How about that? So, follow a hypothetical for me. Let's say, for instance, from the front side, like Chamber of Extinction, from the front side compass point, that blue diamond there, to find the boss, you had to go from that compass point up 1 room and right 3 rooms. So you go up and then to the right 3 times. To find the place where you have to chant the mantra. By the way, next one is Moo. To find the right mantra, you then have to look at the backside compass point and repeat the exact same steps. So again, if in this hypothetical situation to get to the boss room from the front side compass, you had to go up and to the right 3 times. Starting from the back side compass room, go up and to the right 3 times, and that's where you chant the mantra to place the wedge.
And they say the fucking monkey dance is convoluted.
Oh, shy.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, what do you mean it's
What was the monkey
complicated?
dance
It's easy
again?
to do the monkey. You just wave your arms up and down and go, come on!
But that is ultimately the big like thing of the
Oh,
well, there's the mantra. It was here all along.
oh,
But yeah,
convenient.
so that's the main nice. So that was so this is the big puzzle that you had to solve at the end of the game, which is to figure out where to place these mantras by again, there is no penalty for doing this the wrong way. You could easily just cast the mantra in every single room and hope for the best. So it's not like it'll kill you if you do it wrong, so it's not super like strict, but just to try and explain how it works. Oh, and also let's say you're at the right end of the map and you have to go right, just loop back around to the other side of the map. It works like that. It works under Pac-Man logic in case you reach the edge of the map. This mantra. So
Barroom.
yeah. Barun. So with that said, yeah, we're just working on capturing the last of these mantras, and we're almost done. And then the game will be beaten, and
Mother
I
will
didn't
have
have to
died,
go
and the fate of the world as we know it, well, who the fuck knows?
well, I'm actually surprised that, like, considering she's the being that created life, that killing her isn't gonna royally screw anything over. I'm kind of impressed, because you'd think it'd be really, really bad.
In fact, now that you mention that, like, there's the whole thing of all of the other children besides us technically are stuck with this false memory
the ones that survived anyway, some of them died.
Well, yeah, the ones that do survive. I'm just saying, like, those that do
Which
survive, like, they still have this false memory false memory of whatever that prevents us from having the heart to kill her. Just, you think that would lead to some sort of repercussion in the sequel? Because now that she's dead, it's like you feel so conflicted.
Oh yeah, they would all. Oh yeah, I feel like they would also hate us, considering some of them like worship the mother, or some of them loved her power. Like I think the first and third children just wanted the same power she did, and she didn't like that. She didn't like them stepping on her turf or whatever.
Well, actually, it makes you wonder. Since we're gonna kill Mom here, who's gonna be the villain in the next game? Dad?
No, I will say. I'll say
It's
outright.
gonna be
Actually,
Uncle.
again, it's actually a little more complicated than that, but I will say there's no dad.
It's gonna be Step-Uncle.
There is a plot twist. And I do think, again, considering that the sequel was never meant to be made, but the Kickstarted, and it worked really well. And again, I think what they did a pretty decent job. Just, I don't know.
If it was never meant to be made, why'd they make a Double Dame Kickstarter to begin with?
Well, no, I mean, like, they never expected it to be made, I should say.
Yeah, like,
Not that
it's
they said
just
no,
one of those
they
things
just-
they felt like doing, like, years after this game's release.
And they never expected it to be made. Like, they for all intents and purposes, this game was made to be a standalone thing, but then, I guess...
It's honestly in a similar vein to how Mega Man X, you could argue, was supposed to be sort of a self-contained thing, but then it got so successful, they figured, fuck it, let's make more sequels.
But unlike with X, I'll be honest, I'll just come out and clean. Oh yeah, it was actually there's actually cool. The last mantra they say to cast mantra where courage was first shown.
So the very first screen of the game?
No, this puzzle right here. Remember when we had to
our
show
very
courage
first
by
puzzle.
jumping on the fake spikes?
Oh,
That is
right.
La-Mulana, the last.
La-Mulana, fucking course.
La-Mulana means the mother in La-Mulanese, if you can get that. So that's the whole big joke. Get it? It was all about the mother. Anyway,
So it's
I don't know. I thought that was
Earthbound.
cool.
I'm back.
Kind of actually.
Oh, welcome back.
So, I'll acknowledge it. This game is far more of a cult kind of hit, I think, than Mega Man X. Mega Man X is just like super hard, but not hard.
It's
Mega
hard.
Man X
It's
is a lot
hard, but
more
it's
popular.
it's hard but accessible.
And Mega Man X is a lot more popular and a lot more well known, and this one is a lot more. Well,
It's just one of
Lana.
the. You'd really have to dig deep into the indie scene to really get the most out of it.
but yeah, but again, in terms of like empowering yourself, I love that feeling of a Metroidvania that just like you start off so like we've been out. Look at us just romping around these places like we know it. Hey, Mulbrook.
Hey, Bulbrook.
You can't climb the Tower of the Goddess, you say, weakling. There was some trick these. Hey, I climbed the whole place.
Hey! Go
No.
back to sleep.
Go back to sleep.
Okay.
She's fine.
And for the love of God, put on some underwear.
It's royal garb. It's a dress, and there's all direction how to make one of those things blue written on it. And I already did the laptop. I'm trying to get through her dialogue because there is something we need to remember for later. Trust me.
You literally have to keep talking to her about, like, repeatedly in order to get what you need.
Yeah, well, the idea is that she gives you hints. So right now there's all these hints that she hasn't given us. I don't care about your father. Fighting Mulbrook's father is how to find the Hell Temple, which I am not dealing with today.
Okay.
I didn't find your father actually, but I'm not dealing with Hell Temple. That is the hardest of the hard.
And I'm guessing it's
also beating it.
It said that the ruins will perish, and Mulbrook can't leave, otherwise she loses her immortality. But I don't want her to. The day the ruins disappear is the day her rule will come to an end, because she used to be the protector. She doesn't want to be immortal. She wants to live a normal life. Basically, if you ever seen Tron Legacy, it's going to be basically that ending.
I haven't, so...
You haven't seen Tron Legacy?
No, I've never even seen the first one.
Tron was a cult hit. Tron Legacy was okay. I think the best part about Tron Legacy was some of the art direction and the Daft Punk soundtrack. They did a really great job with that, but basically, it's time for us to go back to the Shrine of the Mother. For real, it's different.
Whoa!
Oh, hello.
Now we're starting to see what the philosophers see.
This, I mean, honestly, if you think about it, yeah, probably. Maybe we finally gained the wisdom of some Bloodborne crap. Anyway, yes, this is the true Shrine of the Mother, as I will call it, and it's, also you can hear the La-Mulana sound, the La-Mulana title theme a little bit in the background, but, yeah, this is, the Mother finally realizing that we mean business, and it's like, okay, no more messing around.
Time to wake up, dear.
Also, I'm Geldy's
Do me a favor and wake up. Wake up.
Also, all these tentacles are giving me American McGee's Alice vibes.
Oh, same.
I can see it.
Here.
Especially with those pulsing veins.
Honestly, the whole thing of Mother being the main baddie in all of this, and being the creator of almost everything, and her, well, having to be woken up just so she could deal with this little brat that's been wrecking her inside something fierce. Honestly, makes me think of what if there was ever a reversal sequel to like a stall.
Oh yeah, I guess it is.
Because you know, just because a stall literally broke her world while she was falling fast asleep.
She saved them.
That, in a matter of speaking, yeah, but
it was just to save the chick, and I don't care if the chick spoilers became a bird. Freaking like, that's so stupid that like, hey, I saved you and stopped the evil baddie, and the mother's like, I'm sorry, I have to still do it. It's like, no.
Because even so, it just goes to show how far you'll go just to save her. You literally fucking destroyed everything I ever made.
Jeez. Oh wow, wait, a stall was that strong?
Oh yeah, no, dude, he broke the ocean. That's literally their justification.
Well, yeah, because the girl was buried at the bottom of the ocean. He had to split it to find her. And,
yeah, he literally destroyed it.
And Mother was like, do you know how long it took me to assemble that ocean, you insensitive prick?
Oh, and what, now we're suddenly turning her into Gobi?
Gobi? Alright, careful. Oh
yeah,
by the way,
no,
remember
honestly, we
when
can
we
talk
saw
more about that
Beelzebub?
whenever we come back to install, because that's a game I've been considering doing a full-on commentary of. It wouldn't take that long either.
Crap, Beelzebub's pissed.
Yeah, I imagine
Oh,
it's
boy.
Oh boy. So I'm guessing a stall is one of those short games?
Yes.
It is. I already showed off like a fourth or a fifth of it to look at.
Yeah, you showed off at least a fourth of it.
I'm trying to think, like, are all classic
by the
Sega
way, Jordy,
titles usually short?
Oh, and real quick, Jordy, in case you didn't catch on, yeah, Beelzebub's the Lord of the Flies, so he's throwing flies at us.
That makes a lot of sense because I've looked into Beelzebub for story purposes, and a lot of interpretations say that he's inspired by the flies.
I'm sorry, Jordy. I know it's unlikely that you'll be able to join us for that commentary, but you should see Beelzebub in Symphony of the Night.
Oh,
Really?
He knows flies. He knows it. I know I made that joke already, but I don't care.
well, now he's gonna become the Fly.
He's Baxter Stockman.
Honestly, one of his minions in that boss fight. Imagine this fly, but bigger.
Oh, also, interesting. I'm using that key sword I got, that keyblade, basically, because now that we have solved the puzzle of the ruins and driven all the wedges in, the keyblade is basically now the best weapon in this game.
Oh yeah, by the way, Jordy, we did get a keyblade.
It's called the
Wait,
key
you
sword,
did?
but it's a keyblade.
Oh,
It's what I'm using now. It's called the key sword, but it's a keyblade. Alright, let's activate the save rail again. Sheesh.
This is where the mother sleeps. Well, clearly she's already awake.
I think she's getting a little restless. Someone better warm up the Folgers. So,
Folgers.
Folgers.
You know what? Either she's just mad at us for desecrating your entire being, or on Flo came to visit.
Hey, hi.
Yeah?
Hey, did you remember the parachute? I forgot it. Did you remember the Orson's coffee? I forgot it.
Oh my
you want
god.
to get this?
I saw that this morning. Oh
Yeah,
my
I
goodness.
love the... I'm sorry, it's so
You
bad, but I
ever
love
watch
this...
Not even any coffee? No, I don't like coffee. How shocking.
Shocking. I just love how sassy and, like, sudden that is. Like, how shocking.
Right?
Okay,
Hey, say
out of the way,
what you
tentacle.
will about the 60s being a boring ass time. When they could get away with stuff
the-
like that, then boy did they get away with it.
Shoot. This rock with a fairy on it, I can't break it.
Wait a minute.
Well, if Jordy will remember when we first talked to her, if we ever needed help and none of our powers could help, there you go, Jordy, one more time.
You have come back to see me alive. I shall remove the wall that hinders you. This is my mission. I will entrust the Mother Soul to you and blah blah blah.
Actually,
So
real
now we go
quick,
back. All the fairies will help us.
Yay.
Aw.
But yeah, since we were talking about that one Jim Henson coffee commercial, now it just reminds me, and I know you'll appreciate the slogan, the one Tang commercial where Daffy's like at the shooting gallery.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Auntie.
Goodbye, Andy. It's like, Tang. Anyway. This is it, guys. The final Ankh. And with the key, we don't have an Ankh jewel, but with the key blade, key sword, whatever, it's time to fight
where
the
do I
mother.
insert this thing?
This is it, the final boss.
So blue.
Mother.
The mother. Mother? Mother? This is just where I put every single mother,
Okay.
comedic version of mother ever.
You know, I'd imagine she'd look a little bigger than this.
Well, this is, again, who loves multi-phased bosses.
How many?
Like 5.
Oh my god.
So here's the first one's easy, just whack it in the chin, and now with the Holy Grail and the vessel that we got to seal her soul into place, you're not getting away that easy. You're gonna fight. There's her soul.
It's literally a soul.
Yep, and I'm gonna
Yep.
punch it and blow it up and shoot it. I'm gonna shoot her in the soul.
Just shoot her in the soul like you would have bet in the cave.
So I recommend flares for this because she likes hanging out top, and stay below her to avoid those laser attacks. And it's also where the game's gonna get really trippy. By the way.
Hope you saved all those flares.
Oh jeez, she's trying to create the ninth. She's already working on trying to create the ninth children.
Well, that was
Oh,
fast.
so that's what that little body is.
There's another one later, but yeah, basically, again, just keep whacking her in the head. But yeah, she was apparently already expecting us to attack her. So oh geez,
Or
so many
no,
times.
she's not making the ninth child. She's making the legitimate 8th child.
I guess you're right. This is a battle of children. I guess. Okay, whack that eye and use your earth spears to attack directly below
It's
you.
just like, that ain't my baby.
Oh, my baby.
Come on, just a few more.
Again.
So for the last phase, it sucks. I'm just gonna use the gun and cheese it because what's gonna happen in this last phase is this is basically now this I think would be cool if Mega Man ever did this. As we deal damage to her, she's going to be taking on attributes of the bosses we fought before, not in her appearance, but in the attack she uses.
Oh,
So,
to be fair,
first, she's gonna
technically
learn
Mega
how
Man
to-
did do this in the form of the fucking dot robots.
But yeah, so for instance, she's now learned Anthus Bana's Flame Breath. And with that, she will learn how to fire out the little beams that Sakat used.
Okay,
And
not
with
gonna lie. The little animation there when she's launching her powers, I swear that looks a little too smooth. It almost makes it look like they literally just pre-rendered some random
It's
person.
cool, isn't it?
And just
There's Sakat, there's Vi's laser. She's gonna start again. I'm
It's
using
like
the
some
gun to
music
cheese
video.
this. So again, I'm using the gun to cheese this, but yeah, so there's Vi's laser beam. There's
How am I
frickin-
not dead?
Oh jeez! Oh jeez! Ow! Stop it!
Ah,
Okay, there's
just shoot it, Fox!
There's there's Bahamut's laser breath or whatever. There's Elmac's fire bomb breath, and okay, I'm just gonna whack it. But okay,
I was
now
about to
she's
say,
gonna
why
learn
haven't you been whacking it
Palenque's. Now she's gonna use Palenque's bullet hellness. Yeah, there goes Palenque's attack.
There
Again,
we go.
And there, oh, now she's gonna
Just
use
keep shooting.
Bahamut's. Now she'll use
I'm a
Bahamut's
poet.
fire. And there's Tiamat's laser beam. Like again, yeah, Bahamut's magic. But like again, like I love the idea of like she's using. That pink laser was Tiamat's. Like, she's using all of the boss's abilities against us, and I love that.
That's pretty neat.
But at 47 health, just be wary. She's a tough one. There's the true 8th child.
Oh no! Hurry it up!
Wow.
I'm trying.
Is that an actual timer?
No, it isn't. But this is like the big finale. Come on.
You know, the fact that it takes this.
Oh boy!
You can make a baby that fast. There you go.
She was working on it, I think.
Real quick, I want to say,
Mother
is dead. Leonide is pissed.
Shut up.
No mother. And the mother is no more.
And so is the baby.
The baby has become the secret treasure of life.
Oh
The thing we came here all this time for. We thought we were just gonna get, just a quick little Indiana Jones
let me
in
get
and
this
out.
straight. The ultimate treasure is a fetus?
No, it's this,
My
by
name
the way,
sounds like fetus.
oh yeah, by the way, speaking of Metroid, who loves escape sequences?
Oh, great!
Damn it!
Time to run, because this whole ruins is coming down.
By the way,
what
what the hell happened to Daddy Dearest?
He's somewhere in these ruins. I don't know. He must have left after he realized.
Oh,
he
there's your
couldn't-
timer.
Yeah, he must have left after he realized that.
I
He
wanna
didn't do a damn thing.
Yeah,
I want to ask, the timer that gives you, would you say it's pretty lenient or is it super
it is.
strict?
It's pretty lenient once you know the way around here. So we just need to escape through the endless corridor, back through the Mausoleum of the Giants, and then up through Gate of Guidance, and then we're home free. So it shouldn't be too hard. It's really, like, it seems complicated, but if you actually look at the map, there's only, like, maybe 15 of these little rooms or something. Oh, cool. Sean, our father, left us a helpful rope.
Aw, how
So
convenient.
that was Sean Kosugi who helped us. Now we're going to go to the left, and now here's a cool little, you think you have to go through all the endless corridor again? Not so, because the developers or whoever was handy enough to show that in this next room, it's going to collapse. So if you actually fall down there, you'll loop right back to the beginning.
Oh, how? You know, I really wish I had actually. I really wish I
There we
used
go.
these bombs more effectively.
Oh no, all the giant statues are falling.
Oh.
Keep moving.
If you didn't use that shortcut that they made you, would you have still been able to complete this part?
I think you could, like, narrow... honestly, I don't think so. There's a lot of, like... I'll just say right now, I don't think so, because there's a lot of jumping up and down. And
Yeah, you would probably be making it by a thread.
now, if you do fail this timer, I don't know if you have to fight the mother all over again. I want to say no, but then again, this game has kind of surprised me.
Honestly, in a game like this, I could totally expect that.
Yeah.
That would suck.
It feels like it should be it's probably one of those games where you do have to literally reload a save file.
Yeah, I guess so. Figure it out. But yeah, we're almost out here. Then we just have to go through the Gate of Guidance, and then we'll go out the entrance, and we'll be home free. Again, looking at this place, like, the maps aren't even that big. It's just all the puzzles and going back and forth that makes it long. I think if there was a way to reduce the puzzles and just make the items more like you find them and you pick them up as opposed to figuring out brain-teasing puzzles, I feel like there'd be a way that you could have a really awesome, like, almost no-flawed Metroidvania here.
Probably.
Because the art direction, the design... I already did this puzzle a long time ago. The art design, the art direction, it's all so cool. Also, I know Molbrook said that we should go and save her, but I mean, we're kind of in a bit of a bind here. The whole ruins falling around us. I don't
you save
care.
her?
I mean, I don't wanna. Why
I
should we bother?
thought you liked her that much.
Why should we bother about saving her? All she's done is sleep and give us, like, the occasional hint I already knew.
Does the ending change if you do go after her?
There are multiple endings, but I mean, maybe you save the animals, kill the animals kind of thing, but whatever. We're almost at the entrance.
Jeez. And to think, you used to give her so much praise.
Ah, who cares about her? We can just easily go out the exit, and what's that in front of the exit?
Wait a minute. What is that?
The exit's blocked!
Ah,
What is
shit!
that?
Oh, jeez.
Ah,
Okay.
no!
Molbrook!
Help!
Molbrook!
I need you now, sweet pea!
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's the thing. That's actually the thing. You need to talk to her and learn about that, because you can't leave the right way you're supposed to. You will not make it.
Well,
You need to go and talk to Molbrook, because she mentioned that she has a secret passageway out of here.
reap what you
Let me fall
sow,
down.
asshole.
So we're gonna run back to Mulbrook in the Tower of the Sun, which is the Temple of the Sun, which is right down here, and Mulbrook will help us get the heck out of here.
Now,
Good thing that pathway isn't blocked off.
like,
Thank
are
goodness.
Can you just go like straight to her, or do you have
yeah,
to
you
like
could.
go
Oh, yeah,
to the?
That's called me making a commentary more suspenseful. Mulbrook,
Help!
escape this way, hurry! Thank you. And with that, we did it. Game's beaten.
Wow.
Oh, thank God.
The adventure is finally over.
And now we have our own Star Fox 64 moment.
We got the secret treasure of life, have saved the world, and have beaten La-Mulana.
Hooray!
Let's go. And run for it.
So what do we do now?
Just keep running.
To eBay!
Oh, hey, Elder Zelput.
You're not leaving without me, whippersnapper!
And all the villagers, they're all like, we're out of here. Screw this place.
Yeah, seriously.
So, okay, so I was mentioning the beginning of this whole game, or around that point. This is where there is an alternate ending. Most of these characters are going to be here all the time. Like these 8 will be here all the time. Yay, do a little dance.
Yay!
And the shopkeeper makes her red eyes because she's not a demon, but she is very rude when you don't pay her nicely. You'll see that in the second game. But, so from this point on, if another character appears, like that fairy, all these additional characters appearing mean that I completed a little goal. It's like the big queen fairy up there appears when I get all 100% items.
Sweet.
Some of the philosophers join us if I solve some things. The skeleton dude shows up if I buy some things. Oh, another third philosopher. Oh yay, we got all 4 philosophers. Those appeared, I think, if you... Whoa.
Oh,
Hi
Hey,
there.
dude. How are you doing, frickin' Argus? Argus, oh, and the blubfish appeared because we bought something from him. Argus appears if you complete the fastest time, which is beating this game in 10 hours or less. Which I think I got like 7 hours, maybe, but...
a little over half
So,
the
yeah.
time, but still commendable.
I don't think I did not get everybody, but this is, I think, the best I could do for getting everybody in the ending. And
I assume one of the other optional ones is Daddy Dearest.
I think so. Oh, hey, Argus smiling already. Hey. But, more on that later, but, oh look, there's Deceased Crab and the special thanks there in the 5th in line.
Aw, hey,
So,
Deceased Crab.
Yeah, so, like, they knew about his Let's Plays and wanted to help him. So, okay, so what do I think about this game? I do enjoy it. Oh, they say Bar Rock Hero because the team always used to go to that, the developers would go to that cafe and play some games.
Aw.
They did special. Anyway, so I think the game has a really fun cult classic hit to it sort of feel. I feel like the music is nice. I feel like the visuals are great. I feel like the blueprints for an amazing game is here. It's just there are some flaws. Some people will find them as a really great, like, oh wow, this makes the game so much more depth, like more like it makes the game so much more like appealing, so much cooler.
Wait for me.
What's he stopping for? Oh, because they're looking at the sunrise.
Oh,
The day has come.
a new day.
The sky awakes.
But that's why I feel about the game. There is a lot of great potential here. Just it's a little boggled down with, you know, all the other stuff that we were saying.
The trappings of its own design.
The puzzle, like, if you're into this game, I feel like this is a great game for you. But if you're not, then this game becomes a lot more
Okay,
of a
we're
trial
done.
than it should. If you're not into that type of thing, then the game becomes a lot more of a trial than it should be.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
Yeah.
like I said before, I did try this game ages ago, but it wasn't necessarily. Oh, hey!
Our father stole the treasure,
Hey, get back here!
and our father makes off with the treasure of life.
What
after
a
him.
jerk!
But yeah, what were you saying, James?
Like I said before, I did own this game once, and I mean, I did appreciate the production value for what it was worth, but I just it didn't. Oh,
Hey, Elder. I'm okay.
don't mind me. Just
Yeah, back to you.
But anyway, just
There.
oh, that's not too bad. But anyway, crap, I already lost my train of thought.
Well, I do want to hear everyone's thoughts out. So no matter what, I'm going to hear people's thoughts about the game. But yeah, so you said you owned this game yourself for a while, and you tried it, and we have talked about it, you tried it out a bit, but couldn't really get into.
I couldn't really get into it
because
it was around that time when I was buying like a shitload of stuff for Steam, and it just seemed like another one of those games. And I mean, seeing the whole thing now, like I could definitely see that this will appeal to a lot of people, and to those that do like those kind of games, I think you're definitely going to get your mileage with this game. It's just that I'm just one of those that prefers my Metroidvanias to be a little more, well, not so cryptic.
Yeah, followable. Not feel like you're reaching
like this. Honestly, it's honestly a similar thing I feel with like Zelda 1 on the NES. Like, not as bad, granted, because they at least give you the tips here and there to tell you where to go. It's just
roll the bomb out of like 80 different tiles on the screen.
Mm-hmm. And the details that you do have to look for are so like ingrained in the background. You really gotta pay it. It's like I said like earlier on. It's one of those games. It feels less like a casual breeze through the game. It's just more one of those investments, kind of like a 3D Zelda game.
Yeah. What did you think about it, Hype? Having watched it all, I guess.
A part of me is not quite sure if I want to because I don't know if it'll help your self-esteem.
Come on, you can say that the game is hard to this point of not being fun, very much like a grind and a boring droll. You can say it. I can take it.
Okay,
he's a man.
Well, basically, I can appreciate some things, like, you know, I like the presentation of it. Like, I think the graphics are really nice. I love the way the sprite work is. Like I said, I do appreciate that out of all the indie games I've seen, it's probably the closest to really nailing the type of old school aesthetic it was trying to go for compared to like a few other indie games, so I'll definitely give it that. Mm-hmm. But as far as everything else goes, it's like, this really does not seem like the type of game I would personally get into because, like James says, I think it's a little bit too cryptic for its own good. Like, honestly, for both playing and watching, because I tried my best, but a good reason why as to why I was kind of quiet throughout a lot of it is because I just really couldn't bring myself to say a whole lot because I couldn't really find anything to really attach myself to. So, you know, not that I don't appreciate you going through the trouble of doing this, but I really don't think this is the kind of game for me.
That's fair. And I'm assuming it's a similar story with Jordy?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I tried my best to get engaged with this game. I mean, the later videos were more driving and interesting as we went along, despite me not being here so much, but...
Yeah, you clocked out pretty early.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's alright.
This really isn't my kind of game, but I at least, you know, I'm glad to at least give it a try. Like, give it a chance.
And, and I can definitely, again, as I said, like, there are some really great parts to this game, and I know there's an audience for this game, and I give all the hearty respect and props to those who can play these games blind and just have the time to dedicate to do all this. But I mean, honestly, I guess you could ultimately say I don't think these games are for me either. I love it when I have the solutions to some of the puzzles and I can play it as a Metroidvania. But all the really cryptic puzzles aren't my thing either, I guess.
Yeah, like you said, like you said before, like the only reason you were able to record this game for us is because you literally watched a playthrough of it
to know what to do. But I felt like for me personally that didn't take away from the game. If anything, it allowed me to make it more optimized. Otherwise, the Seas Crabs playthrough went up to like 70 some odd parts, but that was back when YouTube had that 10-minute timer thing. But regardless, like, so I don't know. So I personally wanted to show off this game in some capacity because I do think it is a really good game, and I do like the developers given their fun, casual attitude and acceptance of the gaming community. I like that. I do appreciate what they've done. Just if you're not a fan of cryptic puzzles, this may not be for you. But I hope it was at least somewhat of a spectacle to watch. I guess watching it all happen.
I mean, hey, if all else fails, like we could always show off the best bits with the best moments video, like we did with other stuff.
Yeah, we'll probably do something like that. And
we need to get back to doing those, by the way.
I'm working on the Luigi's Mansion one next. I've been so busy editing actual parts, I haven't had enough time to edit the actual highlights because I'm too busy editing real stuff. But Again, I'm not going to show off the Hell Temple because that's really super hard and I don't want to deal with that. I do want to do something about La-Mulana 2.
I would say at most, maybe make that a multi-part to look at.
Maybe. There are some really fun things that happen in that game.
Or,
like
maybe take a similar page from our Creature from the Krusty Krab mini commentary and just splice the best moments of it.
I could do couple things. I'll figure something out. But, yeah. Leave thoughts. If you leave thoughts, I know we don't get a lot of comments. We only get like maybe 1 to 3 at most. But if you have any thoughts on this, feel free to leave them below. And I do want to figure out something. Just yeah, and for all intents and purposes, if for whatever reason you are interested in trying out this game, it is currently it is only available on Steam, I believe, and on PSP, I think.
PSP, Vita, maybe.
Vita, maybe.
I wouldn't be surprised, really.
And it is only $15 on Steam.
Yeah, it's fairly cheap.
Which I feel like, I would argue, for the amount of game time and enjoyment I feel like you can get if you really are able to commit yourself to this, $15 is a pretty good steal. For all that. But
on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for our commentary on La-Mulana.
I hope you all enjoyed it. And I was Lucky Jack 20.
I was Jordan the Cat 11.
I'm the hero of this video game.
And Jordan, would you mind singing me a lullaby?
Sure.
Sing me away from these nightmares.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for
Till next adventure, everybody. And probably by then I'll have myself a kid.
Thanks for my nerd gushing.
Music.